Well, John Cole from the Peacock Gym makes his debut here at the York Hall this evening against Ryan Frost, who has had 14 fights. He's been knocked out 5 times, Ryan Frost, so this could potentially be an early night for John Cole on his debut, but...
Well, we know what we get with Peacock Gym boxers, Priya. John Cole is going to want to come in here and make a real impression on his debut.
Absolutely, he's already established himself behind the jab against the southpaw Ryan Frost, who's just landed a left hand straight down the pipe onto the chin of John Cole, but he takes it well.
Yeah, he took it well. It's interesting to see. He's standing quite upright in the centre of the ring, and it's Ryan Frost has got through twice now with some heavy shots, but I'm sure John Cole will ride those through and get through this opening round unscathed.
Well, he's got an absolute army of support here at the York Hall this evening. We can see them here from ringside on the opposite side of the ring. They're all on their feet. And that level of support, no doubt, gives John Cole a boost in his debut fight this evening against Ryan Frost in the welterweight division. He's commanded centre ring for most of this first round.
Yeah, he's commanded centre ring, Priya. But Ryan Frost is quite happy just to sit in the pocket, and he is catching John Cole as he comes forward and mounts his attack. So it might be a case that after this round they sort of take a little look at this and see if they want to sort of change their tactics, because he is getting caught on the way in.
Nice body shot there, left hook to the body of Ryan Frost. He took it well, but those body shots can really slow fighters down, especially if they get caught quite early.
Yeah, Ryan Frost is looking, dare I say, quite dangerous as John Cole comes in to do his work with that jab. That is better from John Cole.
Cole just keeping it simple for now behind the straight shots, but Ryan Frost just comes back. He can't seem to miss with that left hand through the middle. Last 10 seconds of the first round of this 4-round contest.
Much better.
Much better there from John Cole with a double right hand to end the first round.
Round 2.
Well, this is the second round of 4 in the welterweight division between John Cole making his debut here at the York Hall against Ryan Frost of Colchester. Cole made a cagey start to the first round, got clipped with a couple, but he's come out firing in this second round, Alex.
Yeah, he's definitely throwing harder shots now. It's looking like his corner are asking him to be a little bit more dominant in there and impose his boxing skills on Ryan Frost as opposed to being open to the counter.
He certainly looks like he's come in to take control of this second round as John Cole, and he's doing well to just stay a little bit busier than he was in the first round. He's got a bit of spite in those punches.
I think you've hit the nail on the head, Priya. He just needs to be a bit more busier. Give Ryan Frost a little bit more to think about as he prepares to throw the counter punch, which is it's a much better round from John Cole so far.
Frost has got a tight guard though. Cole's going to have to start trying to create the openings if he can't find them, but he's putting on a bit of pressure here. The crowd are loving it. Not sure how many of those are getting through though.
Yeah, like we said, Priya, much better from John Cole. He's pushing Ryan Frost back. He's giving him something to think about by throwing more shots.
Nice clean right hand straight down the pipe there from John Cole onto the chin of Ryan Frost. Frost took it well. And he's got Frost moving backwards and on his bike now.
Yeah, Ryan Frost is not liking this pressure, and it's great boxing from John Cole. It's a peacock gym style fight now, with this pressure fighting, throwing in bunches and flurries. It's great to see. It's entertaining.
A beautiful right hand there, just onto the side of the jaw of Ryan Frost from John Cole.
I'm saying it's getting these fans on their feet if they weren't already.
Not sure if our mics are picking it up, but the crowd are trying to will John Cole to move forward and really put it on Ryan Frost. Frost has skirted the ropes for most of this round. Nice clean right hand there from John Cole.
The good thing as well is John Cole's looking very, very fresh. He's got a lot more gears to go through here, and it's been an entertaining second round so far.
Final 10 seconds of the second round of this 4-round contest in the welterweight division, as John Cole of the Peacock Gym makes his debut here tonight at the York Hall.
Seconds out. Round 3.
Well, we're in round 3 of 4 of this welterweight contest between John Cole and Ryan Frost. Cole making his debut here tonight at the York Hall in front of an absolute army of fans who are here to support him. He's picked up the pace between round 1 and 2. Be interesting to see what he does in this round, Alex.
Yeah, it will be interesting. The first round we saw him pushing out the jab and getting countered. Second round was a delight to watch from John Cole. He was very, very impressive, and let's see if he can maintain that level of energy in the third round. It's looking likely at the moment.
He's throwing a lot of punches. That right hand was probably the best punch of the fight so far, in my opinion. He landed that with a bit of conviction there. But it's tough to get past the tight guard of Ryan Frost. John Cole's doing well to try and break him down systematically as the rounds have gone on.
It is much better from John Cole. He's really pushing that jab out now, trying to push Ryan Frost back. We're seeing a bit of fight from Ryan Frost in this round. I think his team have said to him, you know, he's got to be throwing more, he's got to be more in John Cole's face, and we are seeing that in this round. It's far more competitive than the second.
Well, Frost is certainly not planning on giving John Cole an easy night on his debut into the professional ranks of boxing. He's made it tough for him. He's not. Nice body shot there from Cole to the ribs of Ryan Frost.
Tucking up nicely as well from John Cole as Ryan Frost countered.
Took a body shot there, came back with a nice clean 1-2. We saw the head snap back of Ryan Frost, and this is exactly what we need to see from John Cole so that he can really make a statement on his debut night. Beautiful right hand there from Cole onto the chin of Ryan Frost. Frost felt that one.
Yes, like you said, Priya, that punch at the beginning of the round, the right, was really bang on the money, and he continues to throw it late into the round as well. It's been a good round for John Cole.
Last few seconds of the third round of this 4-round contest in the welterweight division as John Cole walks back to his corner.
4 and final round.
Nice touch of gloves there between the two fighters as we go into the 4th and final round of this welterweight contest as John Cole makes his debut here at the York Hall against a tough, durable Ryan Frost. Frost has had a tight guard for most of this fight, clipped John Cole with a few, but Cole has upped the gears as he's gone from the first round, second round to the third round, and now in the fourth. I think the fans want to see him leave it all in the ring tonight now.
Yeah, I mean, it's your debut. I think we were talking about Alexis Soul in the first fight of tonight, and we were saying, you know, on your debut, you just almost want to try and get through it and learn. However, if you can produce the spectacular, then why not?
Well, I think both fighters have actually upped the pace in this fourth and final round. We just saw a flurry of body shots there from Ryan Frost, returned by headshots from John Cole. But they've both come to have a go in this final round. Nice jab there from Ryan Frost.
Yeah, Frost is definitely having a look in this round. I think he fancies trying to get his bit of action in the fight. But for me, John Cole has stood his ground well. He's taken a few shots, but he's still dominant in them.
He's certainly been the busier fighter of the two, but Ryan Frost is coming back in this third round. He's up the ante.
Oh, he's catching him quite cleanly at the moment. Maybe I spoke too soon.
Referee just separates the two. Bit of a clinch there.
I mentioned on your debut, you just want to get through the 4 rounds. I think for John Cole now, it's a case of getting back behind the jab and just seeing this one out. He doesn't want to get clipped.
Referees had to do a bit more work in this final round of 4 rounds in this welterweight contest. John Cole's making his debut. He's been busy. I think this third round was probably the busiest. Ryan Frost's come out in this 4th round and he's having a go.
Yeah, I mean, you have to say, Ryan Frost has probably won this round. He's given it everything, hasn't he? And it's John Cole's dealt with it, but it's you've got to give the round to Ryan Frost so far.
He's had some good flurries of punches to the body as Ryan Frost. In the last 10 seconds of the final round of this welterweight contest on the debut of John Cole. It's been a bit of a close fight at times.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. Referee Jordan Grannum scores the contest 39-36.